Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. On the behalf of UAS, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you. Myself Anmol, I am from BS Biological Sciences third semester. Today I am here with a new topic for presentation. My presentation topic is dispersal of seeds. In this presentation, we will discuss the introduction of seed dispersal, different methods of seed dispersal, how seeds use as a food, and advantages of seed dispersal and conclusion. Seed dispersal. Seed dispersal is the movement, spread or transport of seeds away from the parent plant. Seed dispersal is one of the key phases in the process of plant regeneration. Why is seed dispersal important? Seed dispersal is very important for the survival of plant species. If plants grow too closely together, they have to compete for light, water, and nutrients from the soil. Seed dispersal allows plants to separate out from a wide area and avoid competing with one another for the same resources. How it works? Because seed lacks power of locomotion, so just because of that, seeds are dependent on external agencies for their dispersion. Agencies involved. There are two broad categories are involved in the dispersion of seeds. First is by plant itself, and the second is by external agencies. By plant itself, in this dispersion, plants disperse their seeds on their own. They disperse seeds by bursting with a sudden jerk. The main example of this dispersion is pea. Pea pods often use mechanical dispersal. When the seeds are ready, the pod dries up. The inside of the pod dries faster than the outside. When an animal or human touches the plant, it bursts open and sprays the seeds everywhere. By external agencies, in external agencies, there are many methods involved like wind, water, animals, humans, etc. Very first method is animal dispersal. Animals disperse seeds by exciting or burying them. Seeds, some fruits have structures such as hooks that attach themselves to animals' fur. Humans also play a vital role as dispersers by moving fruit to new places and discarding the inedible portions containing seeds. First example, one of the main seed can be dispersed by animals is when animals eat the seeds. It does what it does and later excretes the seeds in another location, which can grow them. The common examples are berries by humans may disperse seeds by various means, and some surprisingly high distances have been repeatedly measured. Examples are dispersals on human clothes, on human shoes, and on human cars when they're traveling. Next is wind dispersal, referring to a type of seed dispersal in which the dispores are carried away from the mother plant by the wind. The most common types of wind dispersal plants are those with young winged fruits and composed seeds. Some seeds from plants like dandelions, swan plants, and cottonwood trees are light and have feathery bristles and can be carried long distance by vine. Some plants like curry and maple trees have winged seeds with wind dispersal. The seeds are simply blown about and land in all kinds of places. Next is seed dispersal by gravity or force. Gravity is a force of attraction. In some cases, the fallen fruit is carried by other agents like water, wind, birds, or animals and helps in the dispersion of seeds like apple, coconuts, calabash, passion fruits are a few examples of plants whose seeds are dispersed by gravity, net a force of attraction. Large, round, heavy fruits just drop straight off the tree onto the ground when they are ripe. If they have a tough outer shell, they may roll some distance from the parent plant. When they reach the ground, some seeds are taken further from the parent plant by animals or water. Next, dispersion by fire. Although some plants are killed off when a fire becomes extremely fierce and hot, high intensity, this heat triggers the seed dispersal mechanism. Some plants may not come into flower for many years, and if the fires are too frequent, the plant is destroyed before it has had the chance to produce seeds. In contrast to those plants that release their seeds spontaneously, when they reach maturity, fire is also needed for some species to release their seeds from woody fruits. The plants rely on environmental cue, in this case fire, to know when to drop their seeds. This includes the species of Hecai, Banksia, like. Next is dispersion by water. Although seeds of plants that grow in water are obviously separated by water, there are many other ways in which water plays a part in dispersing seeds. They can colonize such isolated places because they both have very small light seeds which can be carried by wind or by water. Many marine, beach, pond, and swamp plants have waterborne seeds which are buoyant by being enclosed in corky fruits or air-containing fruits or both. Examples of those plants that disperse their seeds by water are yellow flag, sea kale, sea rockweed, sea beet, and all species of Rhizophragmiae, a family of mangrove plants. Next dispersion is by ballistic dispersal. Ballocry is a type of dispersal where the seed is forcefully ejected by explosive dehiscence of the fruit. Often the force that generates the explosion results from trigger pressure within the fruit or due to internal tension within the fruit. An exceptional example of ballistic dispersal is Hura. This plant is commonly called the dynamite tree due to sound of the fruit exploding. Other examples are touch me not. Shaking. Shaking is one of the methods by which seeds can be dispersed. By shaking, the seeds fall and get distributed in different places on the ground. It's an exciting EVS project for children of age group 5 to 10 years. Poppy's seed head, when dried by the sun, have little holes all around the top, like a pepper shaker. These shake when it's windy, and the seeds are thrown out of the shakers. Seed dispersal by drop and roll method. Drop and roll is one of the common methods in which seeds get dispersed, in which seeds get distributed. Some seeds drop off the trees. Their casing breaks when they hit the ground, and the seeds roll away from the plant. If they have a tough outer, if they have a tough outer shell, they may roll some distance from the parent plant. The higher up the tree they are, and the larger they are, the further they can roll. If they have a soft skin, they may break open. When they are When they are the further, they may break down when they hit the ground, and the individual seeds may be scattered. Next, we will discuss how seeds are used as a food. Of the six major plant parts, seeds are the dominant source of human colonies and proteins. A wide variety of plant species provide edible seeds. Most are angiosperms, a few are gymnosperms. As a global food source, the most important edible seeds by weight are cereals, followed by legumes, nuts, this species. Seeds are of immense biological and economic importance. They contain high protein, starch, and oil reserves that help in the early stages of growth and development in a plant. These reserves are what make many cereals and legumes major food sources for a large proportion of the world's inhabitants. Many oils are obtained from seeds such as sunflower, corn, peanut, linseed, and are also used to make other products. Two of the most popular seeds consumed today are the cocoa bean and the coffee bean that give us chocolate and coffee. Advantages of seed dispersal. Seed dispersal can be advantageous in many ways. In escape from density or distance dependent seed and seedling mortality, by colonization of suitable sites unpredictable in space and time, by directed dispersal to particular sites with a relatively high probability of survival. In conclusion, seed dispersal is important to not only plants but animals and humans. If I conclude my whole discussion, then I will summarize that seed dispersal is very important for animals and humans as well as plants. That's all for today's. Thanks to all of you for your attention.